Ella came back today from Thanksgiving from New York, and one of the first things she goes, one of the first things she says is, I hooked up with somebody back in New York.
I'm so bad at keeping secrets.
There's nobody. I mean, first of all, not even keeping secrets. You hook up with like a good amount of people.
Okay.
How many minutes in when she comes back from New York and she sees you?
It was like this. It was like she walked in the door and she goes, "How was your Thanksgiving? I hooked up with somebody."
Okay, that is not what happened. He asked me. He was like, "Did you go up with anyone?"
No.
Yes, you did.
That does sound like David.
I did ask because she,
such a smooth.
Because he thinks I'm a slut.
No, I
Because
do not.
he literally always says, I hook up with so many people.
I do. She hooks up with like a lot of people. It's not a bad thing.
I don't think I hook up with a lot of people. I just think it sounds like it compared to everyone else.
Right. To the rest of the world, it is a lot.
Do you want to put a number on it right now?
No,
This year?
definitely not.
I think it's interesting that you share that here at work because I would never tell that to Dave.
We have a big sharing policy here, so it's
Yeah, I mean, we have a good sharing policy.
it's a word I made up, but she ran with it. We do have a sharing policy.
We definitely have some sort of weird sharing policy where it's really
Where you must share everything
Well,
and who
because-
you hook up with.
Look where we are right now. I'm giving you some great content for the podcast, and it's just because
Oh.
I'm sharing my personal stories.
Oh wow! So you did that for us.
I did it all for you.
You went and who'd you hook up with?
But I also tell everyone all my secrets.
Oh wait! You hooked up with your ex? Did you hook up with your ex-boyfriend? Every time she's in New York, there's some story about her ex-boyfriend. Is it your ex-boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay, there it is. You hooked up with your fucking ex-boyfriend?
How long did you date him for?
Yes. Like 4 years.
Okay. It's a
Like
long
2
time.
years, then we broke up for a year, and then 2 years again. So he's he's a very important person in my life. He's always been a very important person.
Okay, time out. When did you break up with him?
Like a year ago.
So a year you haven't
More
been
than a
together,
year.
and you went back,
Yeah, and so we,
and
we're in this.
you slept with him.
Correct.
Sharing policy. wait, and did you?
He's gonna bite me in the fucking ass.
Did you? Well, it sounds like he did. Did you? Did when you were flying to New York and it was Thanksgiving time? You don't have family in New York.
No.
So what was at the top of your list? Is he your friends?
Be my friends. I honestly didn't even think. I knew I was gonna.
No
text
way.
him.
You honestly no.
I swear to God, because So the problem why I always see him is not problem, but like we're in the same friend group. Like his best friend is one of my best friends.
Okay.
Guy friends.
So you didn't go to New York thinking that you were gonna see him.
No.
Okay.
And on Thanksgiving, I text all my friends, "What are you guys doing?" And they're all like, "Oh, we're going to your ex-boyfriend's house." And I'm like, "God damn it! Like, what the fuck am I gonna do now?" Like, I thought I was gonna hang out with you guys, and I had texted him being like, "Hey, I'm in New York, just so you know, like, if you want to get a coffee, because we're in like very good friendly terms."
Right.
And then he was like, "Oh, I'm having dinner. Like, you should definitely come." Blah blah blah. And so I was like, I mean, why the fuck not? I'll go. Like, all my friends were there. It wasn't weird. But then every time I see him, it's like I fucking become an emotional wreck and start crying and talk to him.
Did you cry?
Yes, I cry every time.
You cried around him?
Yes, I cried to him, on him, with him.
He's like, David's a monster. He never listens to me.
David's a monster. He'll probably make me share this because of the sharing policy. Wait, okay. Wow.
But I mean, I cry a lot for anything.
Right. And wait. When did you hook up with him? Were your friends still around?
No, so we were all there, like having fun, like drinking.
And you guys were giving each other looks?
We were like talking, and we were just like, when you don't see someone that was such a big part of your life for like, I hadn't talked to him in like 7 months.
Right.
So we had so much to catch up on.
Oh my
like
God.
he moved, like all this stuff that I moved. He knew I moved to LA, but like that's it. So yeah, I mean, we were like all talking, and then everyone kind of left, and like I honestly didn't even notice that people were leaving because I was just like in this deep conversation with him.
Yeah.
And then I started crying.
But were your girlfriends like, Ella, come on? Like, you know how
Well,
girlfriends
luckily I
like,
didn't
will
really
try.
have any girlfriends. There was always most of his guy friends who I'm
Oh.
also friends with. But then my friend was coming to meet me the next day, and I knew that she was gonna look, so I turned my location services off because
So your friends don't want you going back to this guy just because it's your ex?
I don't think they don't want. Because I was so scared about being judged, and like I did to David today, I saw my friend and I was like, I'm not gonna tell. And literally she walks out of the car. I'm like, guess what?
Told her
I
right
hooked up
away.
with him, and she's like, what? But no, I don't. I just like. I feel, and that's why I was talking to him about. It's so fucked that like I think it's a societal thing, like that I felt like it was a bad thing that I was doing, but realistically, if we're both fine with it, who cares?
Right.
But everyone is like, you can't hook up with your ex. It's like,
And you spent the night there?
yeah,
Did you cry in the morning?
no,
Did he cry when you guys were hanging out? No, he didn't cry.
no.
Why are you nodding underneath your breath? And
Yeah,
telling David he
why
cried?
did you put the mic away from your head and shake your head
Shut
yes?
up!
And then you mouth something like,
No,
I don't
you-
want to
What a pussy!
No, he
I'm
didn't
just kidding.
cry.
He didn't cry.
Yeah, he
And you
didn't
guys,
cry.
I'm assuming you probably told him that you're not going to tell any of your friends.
Well, at the time, yeah, I was like, I'm just going to say that I went back home and stuff. But then it was fun because I saw him again.
And now here you are talking about it on the podcast.
And then here I am talking about a podcast, which all my friends listen to, including the friends that I told them that I didn't sleep with him. So I'm going to get some calls tomorrow.
No, that's sick. Good for you. It's cool that you can do that in like a healthy way. I was also going to say this. This is probably not a story for anybody on the podcast, but I find it really interesting to myself, and it's really important to myself, so I just want to talk about it so I can document this moment. But like I have like the smallest, some people say it's OCD, like the smallest level of OCD. I think everybody has some sort of it where it's like, if I don't touch that tree right now, I'm never going to be successful, or I'm going to have a horrible year if I step on one of these cracks in the next steps. And I do that throughout the day, like constantly, especially on my runs. On my runs, it's completely taken over.
Oh, wow.
And like my runs will be like, if I don't touch this light post, if I don't skip across this like crosswalk, like it's constantly happening during my runs, and it's been happening my entire life. And it's like a really small thing that I just kind of live with. I don't really care. But I've found out a way to fight that and to combat it the other day, which I thought was like so genius. I'm like, why have I never done this? There's only one other thing that I respect as much as me doing these little things these little tasks I've given myself, and that's the word dead ass. Mm-hmm. And before I started my run, I said, dead ass, I'm not going to do anything that I think I have to do to make myself more successful in the future. So now I'm running, and like I have nothing in my way. So I'm not skipping, I'm not stepping on cracks, and I've literally fought my own like stupid thing I've made in my own head with my own other stupid thing I've made in my own head. So like I've just said, I'm dead ass, I'm done with it. And like every day I'll say that, and I just don't do it.
Okay, well, here are your pills for today.
But isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy? We're gonna have group therapy in an hour, so you have the next 30 minutes.
Yes, I know. But isn't it crazy that I've been missing this like this entire time? Like that's so crazy. Like
I think it's even crazier that you have to tell yourself something, that there's one thing that controls you over another.
But it's a complete loophole. Like it's a complete loophole. It's like I imagine the little minions, the little devils that are in my head that are setting up this. They just went, fuck. Fuck, he found out that he can use dead ass against us. And it's just like,
do you think there's devils in your head?
No, but whatever it is, whatever's holding me back. But yeah.
So you had a clean run the other night. You didn't with a good swift dead ass right at the start.
Yeah, right. I'm like, dead ass, I'm not going to listen to myself, and I'm going to step on whatever I want to step on.
And it works.